So, so the question that I run by everyone, and everyone's got different answers, is kind of a spiritual question. What do you think happens after this life? And then related to the question is like, how did you, whatever you believe about it or don't believe about it, whatever, how did you get to that place, you know?
To the thought of
so like
spirituality.
Yeah, like what would happen to you personally after you died, if you believe in anything or nothing, or it doesn't. But it's more like how'd you come to
I had a Christian upbringing. So I went to Sunday school.
Yeah.
So what they taught us there was that there is life, after.
Yeah. Life after death.
Right.
Yeah.
The experience is that we shed these bodies and become more of a spiritual body.
Mm-hmm.
Something like, not to say like a ghost, but it's a different form.
Yeah.
So that's basically what I'm catching on what they were teaching us is that we change bodies.
Yeah.
More or less.
Or it changes
we shed this body because it's how can I say, it's from this world.
Mm-hmm.
The world that we're going to, or the world that's coming, we end up going in a different way with different bodies.
Yeah.
I mean, same body, but I guess there's no more sickness, there's
no more crying, no more pain.
No more pain, no more bad things, put it that way.
Yeah.
The whole point is that it's the harder that you try here on earth to be the best that you can be, the way God wants us to be. He sees us trying to move in the right direction.
Yeah.
So I believe that, as he says, we're all sinners, and he knows we're sinners.
Mm-hmm.
We know we're sinners.
Yeah.
But the ultimate thing is that we shed the sin to try to make us better and move away, at least attempt to move away from the bad things we do.
Yeah.
Like some people are very angry, some people are very suicidal, some people,
whatever kind of issues they're dealing
right,
with.
There's a whole amount of issues that they're dealing with, and maybe they're not dealing it in the right capacity, right way, or whatever. So.
Mm-hmm.
But the whole point that we're taught is that we are sinners, and we have to accept the fact that we are sinners. We're all sinners.
Yeah.
We all do something. We all have bad things that we do.
Yeah.
Maybe we might get angry, or we're driving and there's a driver in the front, he's going slow, and of course you're in a hurry, and you all of a sudden feel an urge to be upset.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that might have happened to you.
Oh yeah.
From time to time.
Okay, so
that's sort of kind of like what sin is that it's a constant occurrent thing that you can't shed. Mm-hmm. You have many things. You have alcohol, you have drugs, you have pornography, you have anger issues, you have depression. All of that is basically what that is. It's sort of kind of like sin.
Yeah.
So he knows that we deal on a daily basis. We deal with that. So we try. He tells us if we draw closer to him, he draws closer to us, and we draw away from sin.
Yeah.
We try to look for him, like, hey, help me,
Yeah.
And he's pulling you in towards him, and he's freeing you because he knows that you're struggling with the sin. A lot of people struggle, and it's not over with yet. You know what I'm saying? Because on a constant day, you're still struggling.
Yeah.
One way or the other. But the thing is that you're attempting to move away from the bad habits and the bad things that you do.
Yeah. Now, you grew up in a Christian church. It sounds like you're still involved in church, or?
Oh, it's been a while, but from what I picked up from there, it's carried on with me for a long time.
Yeah.
I don't attend church at this point, but I do have a Bible at home. I can read now and then. I got the Bible app on my phone. So every now and then,
Yeah.
I dabble.
And one thing I like to ask is because almost everyone, like, especially if you grow up in a religion or in a church, or like not just Christian church, but any kind of religion, people have to like you kind of grow into it because you just like it's what you hear from being a little baby on up,
Right.
and then there has to come a point where you have to decide, is this for me, or or is this my parents' beliefs and just what they're trying to teach me, or do I believe it?
I think ultimately is they're just trying to open that door for you.
Yeah.
And it's up to you whether you decide, they can only open the door.
Yeah.
Or they can only put it this way, they can only show you the door.
Right.
And you have to open it.
Yeah. So was there that point in your life when you when you really felt like it was your faith, your belief, or
as part of what?
like different people at different points in their life, So I'm just wondering if there's a time when you just really felt like, okay, do I believe this or not? Yes, I do, or no, I don't, and then put it off for a while, and then you believe, or how did that work for you?
There's a certain events that happen in your life. Sometimes what it is that he puts you in a position where you're constantly failing.
Mm-hmm.
But through the failure, you learn to be better.
Yeah.
So you survive through it, and at the end of that, you've learned the lesson.
Yeah.
And you become a better person after that.
Okay.
Because now you say, I don't want to go back there and do that again.
Yeah.
I'm going to do something different.
Would you say you've always had it sounds like you believe in God as personal, like we can have a relationship with God.
Right.
Would you say it's always been like that, or how?
I think it's always been like that, but I think as a person, as yourself, I think there's times that I think the sin overtakes you at times.
Yeah.
And it pushes you away.
Yeah.
And you feel sort of kind of like, I want to get back, but I feel ashamed, or I feel down. I feel I want to face him because I know he's angry with me because I've just made so many missteps in my life that, but through that, I've been in those situations before where, I had it rough. I'll give you an example. I had a nice, decent job or whatever, and after that, I had done some dumb things as I was, going along, and I had a nice job. Mm-hmm. Then after that, it just went downhill from there. I got laid off. And once I got laid off, this was during like the 9/11.
Oh, yeah.
So there was a time when they started to lay people off. So, and I just got caught at that.
Yeah.
And after that, it was just a struggle, just trying to find a job to like a regular job. So what I was doing was I was going from one temp agency. So I was trying to get hours, because a temp agency doesn't really give you what a full-time job gives you. More opportunities or things. So
benefits and all that sort of
stuff
thing.
like that. So I was going through a rocky little situation with it. Finally, true story is that I was working at a company that eventually laid me off, but years later they needed somebody to work and they couldn't find me, but they eventually went through the internet and found me on Facebook and wanted me to come in and fill out applications.
Yeah, that's cool.
So that was sort of I call it a blessing.
Yeah.
I caught a blessing on that because the simple fact is I sat there and I told God, and I had a conversation with him. I'm looking, I pray that I find a full-time job that I can, and sure enough, you heard my prayer.
And you really, it sounds like you really, value that first job that you had that you kind of screwed up on, and it's like, if you hadn't gone through all these other experiences, maybe you wouldn't treasure that so much. It would, you realize, wow, a good job is really hard to find.
Now, and I didn't go out in the indirect way. It was top heavy. Let people go. So I didn't. So what it was that they looked for me again, and the person that pulled me in, the managers were asking him, how did he leave? Did he leave in bad terms or whatever?
I see. Yeah.
No,
he didn't burn any bridges or anything.
This is not. He just top heavy at the time, and they were
Yeah.
cutting people loose.
Let me ask you this. So the idea that God is preparing us for eternity, do you believe in, like as the Bible talks about heaven and hell, and so not everyone would end up with God in heaven,
And that's what it is. What it is that he was placed here, and he went through such suffering.
You mean Jesus? Yeah.
I noticed that there's a lot of people that don't really believe in Jesus. You even have Jewish people.
Right.
They believe there's a Messiah, but they don't believe that Jesus Christ
Is the one.
is the one.
Yeah.
But he sent his son into the world so that everyone could follow his lead.
Yeah.
Because that's what God wants. God pretty much sent an example of himself so that everyone could follow how he is.
Yeah.
He inspired a lot of people to write the Bible. So the Bible was inspired, even though it was written by man, it was an inspiration of the Holy Spirit that guided the people to write what they needed to write.
Yeah.
And a lot of people just think of the Bible as just being a book.
Yeah. A lot of people have said that. It's just written by man,
Yeah, it's written by man.
Right.
This is what the
And I have to
difference-
say, well, yeah, it was, but under God's Holy Spirit. Yeah.
But sometimes they cut you off on there and they don't want to get the rest
No.
of it. It's just a book.
Right.
Okay, so man, it was a man-made book. Okay.
Right.
It says, yeah, but the whole point, you don't want to hear the rest of the story where it's inspired
Right.
by God.
So do you? So some people end up in heaven and some in hell. What would be the difference? Like, because the Bible does say everybody has sinned, right? So we're all sinners.
Right, we're all sinners. But he gives you an instruction and says, move away from your sin. Or at least attempt to make a very good effort of moving away from what you're doing bad.
Yeah.
So it's like saying, like, he's telling the whole world that. He's
Yeah.
been telling the whole world that, for a very, very long time.
Yeah.
But obviously, the devil has a lot to play with that as well, because he's the anti-Christian. So
Right.
he's devising many things that people fall to continue their sin. He tells everybody, to forget the sin.
Yeah.
You can always go back to God.
Yeah.
But God's at the same time, God's telling in the Bible, time's running short.
Yeah.
Look for me while I'm still here.
Now, do you believe you would be one of those who will end up in heaven?
I believe that I want to, and right now I'm in this position where I'm trying to shed the old me, which was sinful. But it's a battle. It's a spiritual battle.
Yeah.
Because growing up, you do certain things, and you weren't as close to God as you were growing up at certain times in your life.
Yeah.
So you're trying to get back, and he's giving you the opportunity to get back. So
Yeah.
right now I'm working on it, put it that way. So
Right.
I'm working on trying to be the best that I can. I pray to him every day and tell him, I'm making an effort to try to shed the old me. But there's a lot of spiritual attacks that come at me
Yeah.
that drag me back. So it's like a back and forth thing.
Have you ever, I don't know like different churches use different terminology, but there's the term saved, right?
Right.
Would you say that you were saved at one time in your life, or?
I was baptized in a Baptist church, and
At what age?
I was probably around 12, 13.
And did they, before that happened, was there like classes, or did something happen that caused you to want to be baptized?
Well, it was basically the pastor talking to the congregation, let's say. And as he's talking, as every Sunday that you show up or whatever, he was sort of kind of a fiery guy. So he was one of those type of preachers.
Yeah.
Hey, this happened. And then he'll get sad when it's a sad part of the Bible.
Yeah.
and he'll get upset because
Yeah.
So he was pretty good at what he did.
Good preacher.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He preached what do you call it? Hellfire.
Yeah. Hellfire and brimstone.
Yeah, that type of stuff. I think that's the type of person. But right now at this point, I'm working on it.
Because I guess the reason I ask about like were you saved at one time is like, do you think a person can be saved at one point in their life and then they go on and then they're not anymore? You know what I mean? Like.
Well, I think what it is that if you carry yourself a certain way, even though God knows that you're fighting the spiritual battles as you're going along in life, He knows there's pitfalls and everything else.
Yeah.
But once you